and welcome back, Fel fans, to Witchery Explained. Today we're going to be talking about voodoo. Hoodoo? You do. Do what? Wait. I do. I do talking about voodoo. Yes. What you're going to need are bone needles, Spanish moss, some wool, and some string. And that'll give you poppets. Now this is pretty much bone needles only use. You just whittle down some bone with some flint, and that'll give you 8 each. I apparently am making 40. Went ahead and made 40 there. Then you take all that together that I just mentioned, and you've got yourself 5 unbound poppets. Poppets. Now, alone the poppet doesn't do much, but with, say, some wool of bat and some ember moss, you've got yourself a fire protection poppet. The fire protection poppet will protect you from fire damage. Here's also the earth protection poppet. The earth protection poppet will stop you from taking falling damage. Well, I should reword these. The fire protection poppet will stop you from taking lethal fire damage. If it's your last heart and you're about to die from fire, you won't. If it's your last heart and you're about to die from falling, you won't. But then we also have death protection poppets. Death protection poppets will stop you from just dying, like outright. These are great for infusions and are the only way to be infused. Infusions we will talk about at a later time. But for now, why don't we go ahead and talk about the other poppets, like the water protection poppet. This will stop you from drowning to death. Hunger protection poppet. If you get so hungry you're going to die, it'll stop that. Voodoo protection poppet. Let's talk about the voodoo puppet, actually. This puppet allows you to use voodoo on other players. Or mobs, I guess, if you're playing single player. But this will stop that. Poppet protection poppet will get destroyed instead of your other poppets by using when another player curses you with the curse of destroy poppet. Tool protection poppet and armor protection poppet, these will protect your tools or armor from breaking. And then finally the vampiric puppet. This one's a fun one. I'm going to have a future episode on this one. You can steal health from others with it. Well, you can redirect damage you take to others. Technically stealing health, but yeah. Now, you have to bind these. I've got some tag lock kits. These will also be explained in a future episode. To bind, you just craft the poppet with your tag lock kit. See, it says bound felinoel. That's me. Let's just bind all of these. There we go. Now, poppets have to either be in your inventory or in a special poppet inventory. You can't just throw them in a chest and expect them to work. They have to be in the special poppet inventory, called a poppet shelf. You make a poppet shelf with 4 attuned stones, 4 nether bricks, and some green wool. Where's a good place to put this? How about right here? There we go. Now look at these poppets. Let's actually get away from this heart. These poppets are still in effect for me. So if I die from, say, an infusion, my death poppet will protect me from dying and I will have full health again. If I die from fire, I'll be protected from that as well. Now, say you've got an annoying witch on your server and you want to hunt them down and kill them, but they've got poppets protecting them. Well, you can't have that. What you're going to want to do is make a poppet shelf compass. Let's go ahead and make one of those. To make a poppet shelf compass, you're going to need a bunch of gold, some redstone, and what was the other thing? Diamonds? Diamonds. You're going to need diamonds. Now there's also one more material, a null catalyst. We'll cover that in a future episode. But we've got a poppet shelf. To use a poppet shelf compass, we've got a poppet shelf compass. You just point it in a direction. Oop, wrong way. Did you see that with the lights? There are 5 full lights when we're right next to it. When we're a bit farther away, it goes down to 4. Now that we're this far away, it's down to 3. 2. 1. And 0. Okay, oh boy, see that green patch over there? That is where our puppet actually is. This may seem like a far distance, but if you have no idea where the poppets are, back up to 1. If you have no idea where the poppets are and are just searching randomly, it's pretty difficult to find. I found that it's pretty difficult. Pretty difficult. But yeah, that's voodoo. Hoodoo? We do. Voodoo. Voodoo is probably one of Witchery's more well-known aspects. I believe it was one of the first additions to Witchery. I believe. It's what I remember from back then. And, well, that's pretty much it for Voodoo. Thanks for watching, fellow fans. Leave a like and subscribe if you like my show. And as always, if you've got a comment on, say, something for me to do in a future episode, like a particular spell, a particular poppet, I guess, maybe even. Bye.